So I've done a video on Canadian millennials and also I've done a video on American millennials. So we're going to go across the pond to our cousins in the UK. And quite frankly, they are struggling as well. I have the numbers here and they do not make for good reading. This is Always Thought Money and we want to put the information out there whether it's good or bad because that's what personal finance is about. My name is Adrian and as I said, this is Always Thought Money. I like to talk money as it relates to everyday life. With that being said, let's get into the video. Let's start here for British millennials. In terms of income, they are earning, adjusted for inflation, 13% less than previous generations. Now, 13% is a big number. So for every single dollar that they are earning 13% less than the boomers did for their equivalent time and income level. And so it doesn't take a mathematician to know that if you are dealing with inflation, but you're also earning a lot less money, you are looking at close to 20% shortfall in terms of income to expenditure. And that's just not a way to build wealth. Moreover, a significant wealth building tool in terms of home ownership is leaving millennials in the UK by the wayside. Their home ownership rate is only 30%. To put that into contrast, the home ownership rate for boomers was 60%. They don't make enough money and their expenses are a lot higher. Now you can see why the UK millennials are in a world of hurt. By the way, all these numbers are coming from a Guardian article, and so I will be linking that down below in the description if you want to read the whole thing. Another thing that's holding UK millennials back financially is their taxes. UK has one of the highest taxes for a first world country, and part of that is subsidized by the fact that they have free healthcare, the National Health Service, or NHS as they say. Now, a lot of people in America has historically been clamoring for us to have free healthcare, not having to want to pay for your own insurance and so on and so forth. But on the other side, are you willing to pay much higher taxes in order to get free healthcare? Because what happens is when you have to pay higher taxes to subsidize everyone's healthcare, it means no matter if you never go to the doctor, if you are extremely healthy individual, you will have to be paying for someone else's healthcare. Whereas in America, it's basically you pay as you go. You're sick, you pay for your healthcare. If you're not sick, you cannot pay for your healthcare and you save extra money. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what would you prefer? Higher taxes, free healthcare for all, or lower taxes and keep it the way we have it right now? Personally, I like it the way we have it right now because I'm an individual who works out all the time, watches what I eat, and I would not want to be paying for someone else's healthcare. I know that is selfish, but not in terms of people who are in disability and so on and so forth, because that is already subsidized in our taxes. I'm talking about people who make bad decisions diet-wise, people who do not work out and are not on any type of disability or have any physical disadvantages. I don't want anyone to come here and act like I'm being selfish by casting out people who are disadvantaged health-wise. That's not how we do it here in America. But in the UK, whether you are healthy or sick, you have to pay those taxes. And for millennials, it hurts extra because obviously millennials are going to be younger people and younger people tend to be more healthy. On the flip side though, once you as a millennial gets older, the younger generation then has to take care of you. Also, if you're liking this video so far, please consider subscribing. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Another reason why UK millennials are struggling is student loans. Yes, this is not only an American problem. According to The Guardian, the average student loan balance is £45,000. And since 2021, about 4.8 billion was added to the student loan debt. So let's recap where we are so far. You're earning 13% less than previous generations. Inflation is also eating up a lot of your income, so that's making it even worse. You are owning less houses and therefore building less wealth than previous generations. You're paying higher taxes than most first world countries, and you're still in student loan debt. This is why UK millennials are struggling. A lot of people will say America has it worse and so on and so forth, but you can see in other countries, in Canada and the UK, that they're in just as bad of a situation. The only difference is because of Americans' grandiose GDP, our entrepreneurial spirit and free market economy, you do have a better chance of digging yourself out of debt and getting ahead financially, because we have the most powerful economy on the planet. And the final thing that's squeezing UK millennials financially is the cost of living. Not only inflation, but just in terms of housing. Again, they cannot buy homes because they cannot afford to buy homes. And what that causes is a lot of people renting. If the demand is high, what's going to happen? Capitalism, which means the prices are going to shoot up. So if you're trying to live in a metro area like London, you are expecting to pay almost £2,000 in rent. Not only that, if you're having children and millennials are at parental age, £1,000 is what you can just about expect to pay for childcare. That is a lot of money. And people might say, oh, why don't you move to a cheaper area? Again, back to my last point, UK's economy is not as big as America's economy. And so whereas Americans can move to a lot of places and relatively find work, in the UK, if you're not in London or one of the other big metro areas, the outskirts definitely don't have the economic power to support a family. But for argument's sake, if they could find a remote work situation, the average rent outside of the London and major metro areas is £1,000, which is not as bad, but it's still pretty expensive. You have to be able to find a job wherever you are, whether remote or in the local area where you live at, to be able to afford a cheaper style of living. That's the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think about in the comments down below. If there anyone from the UK, what do you guys think in terms of your economic situation, especially as millennials and Gen Zers? I would definitely like to hear from you. Also, I'm going to put this video in a playlist with the American millennials and Canadian millennials. New videos every Monday and Thursday. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check the links down below. I have an investing guide. If you want to improve your personal finance, you can get that down below, as well as sign up for the newsletter. Comes out every single Friday. But with that being said, that is the end of the video. Shout out to Miko for editing. I will see you guys later. Peace.